Good morning. Last night at approximately 9:30, Alex Freedman was booked into the Davidson County Jail on a Class A felony vandalism charge with a $2.5 million bond. The bond amount in this case is one indication of the seriousness of his actions. You will remember he was caught on January 4th, just a few weeks after the Sheriff's Office took occupancy of this building, the Downtown Detention Center. He was disguised as a construction worker. He was arrested and charged with attempted burglary, possession of burglary tools, and tampering with evidence. Since that time, the criminal investigation has continued. We have worked in cooperation with Metro Police Department and the District Attorney's Office. Throughout the last several weeks, it was discovered that Mr. Freedman, over many months, had developed and implemented an extremely deliberate and, in my opinion, evil plan. Understand, this plan went far beyond vandalism. Ultimately, it included planting various tools, weapons, security equipment throughout this facility, all designed to assist in a massive escape plan. What disturbs me most is not that this was about an escape. It was also about loss of life. Mr. Freedman, a convicted felon and a self-described criminal justice advocate, planted loaded guns with additional ammunition inside this detention center. Men and women like these standing behind me face extreme challenges in this line of work every day. But to compromise their environment in such a way to put their lives in imminent danger is beyond comprehension. Keep in mind, staff working inside these facilities do not carry weapons. Let me be very clear. He has also put every inmate, every visitor, and our entire community in jeopardy. The unprecedented nature of these crimes has created the need to delay the opening of this building even further. It will not open in April, as previously announced, and will not open until the staff standing behind me, the leadership of the Sheriff's Office, feel confident they can do their jobs in a safe and secure way. As you know, we've already taken initial steps in this effort by replacing the locks throughout this facility. I want to let you know that Mr. Freedman is being housed at the Tennessee Department of Corrections. Due to this serious security breach, we believe this is the best decision for all parties involved. I ask that you understand this investigation is ongoing, but I'll be happy to take a few questions.
Sheriff, I think the first question is, what's the point of hiding guns in an empty building? What's the thought process as to why you do that?
Can only be one reason why you would, and Mr. Freedman would know that. Mr. Freedman served time and has spent a long time advocating for safe jails and prisons. You cannot have a loaded weapon inside a facility like this unless you have one intent for that weapon. These were loaded weapons with additional ammunition hidden throughout the facility.
Can you talk about where the weapons were kind of placed, the proximity, and how the inmates would have had access to them?
I will let all that come out in the court. My commitment is I do not want to do one thing that assists Mr. Freedman.
Who was responsible for security of this building while he was doing all that?
Yeah, so we took occupancy of this building, the Sheriff's Office did, November the 1st. Weeks later, we discovered him on the night in which we arrested him in December. Up until that time, it was in the hands of General Services for the government and obviously a general contractor.
Do you think he had any help at all from outside entities? There's another individual you are looking for. Do you think there are other people involved?
I do think the police department and the DA's office will be handling some of that. There are other people of interest to us, to them, and I think here in the near future you're going to see some of that coming out. We need the public's help in identifying them as well.
These keys, have they been recovered somewhere?
I'm sorry?
The keys that were stolen.
The keys that were taken originally have been recovered.
And where were they found?
I'll let that come out in the courtroom.
So you're with the Sheriff's Association nationally. So is this something unique to this facility, or do you think construction of other jails are going to look at what happened here and learn something from this?
We have the leaders in this agency. We have the leaders of the American Jail Association, the American Correctional Association. I'm presently the president of the National Sheriff's Association. We represent this industry nationally. This has never been done anywhere. I've had people contact me from all over the country with just the surface level knowledge of what's going on. It will forever change how correctional facilities are built.
Are there any types of additional security measures that you guys are taking now because of this?
Yes, we've locked down the facility in different ways. Obviously, we're not going to open it, so our staff that we're training have been displaced back into their regular assignments. From this point forward, our goal is to make sure it is safe and secure. We'll have many measures going forward to ensure that that happens.
We've noticed deputies outside. Are there additional deputies just manning this area?
Not since November. We've had deputies on site. I want to commend the staff. I just want everybody here to understand this was identified by these staff that are working behind me in December. And had that original arrest not occurred, this press conference could be a totally different situation.
Beyond just keys, you've reported that there were schematics, details. How did the security measures you need to put in place now, is that top down? Is that a complete overhaul of the facility?
Yeah, one of the things that that we're going through right now is reviewing. This was all videoed. Let me just be candid with you. We have virtually everything I'm telling you is on video. And so we've watched hundreds of hours of video and identified areas that we believe were compromised. We're working through those areas. And obviously we have some more work to do in what we call sweeping the building. We're continuing to do that. There will be some equipment needed to do it. This will all come out in the court moving forward. You'll be fascinated to understand what all was going on once it comes out.
So Sheriff, Alex Freedman was not only a jail advocate, but he was also part of a team that you all worked with talking about this jail. Is there any thought that he was trying to expose something that was wrong in the jail? Complete speculation, but is that something you all are thinking about, that he had some intention to expose problems at this jail?
Let me correct one part. We were working with him and other advocates. Actually, it was on the private facility. As you know, he was a leading advocate for anti-privatization. So he met with me and others in my team over the last year in my office, not in this building. This building never came up. This was never a part of our intent or what we were dealing with him on. I would just say, and I've had other contact with Mr. Freedman over the years, he is a leading advocate in this country and in certain areas. And so I do want to make sure that we weren't discussing this building. There was never involvement at all in our meetings, but it is true that while some of this was going on, we had some engagement with him.
And you're confident or not that you've found everything he's hidden in this building right now as we sit here now?
Yeah, I'm not confident that we have found everything we need.
How can you ensure that this won't happen again?
Yeah, as I said earlier, I've been in this all my life. A lot of these are leaders in this country or in this room. And I am confident that construction projects and other things moving forward will have additional steps, including, the liability and so forth for the contractors. There's a lot to be thought about moving forward, and we will surely. I had an email yesterday asking me, once this is all over with, would we be willing to share all the details, because the next construction project in this country, we surely don't want copycat crimes committed.
Is there a sense of fear and concern moving forward, especially if you feel like you haven't found everything?
Yes, we're not going to work here until we're comfortable, and the frustration for us is that we spent 4 or 5 years designing what we believe is a building that is safe and secure. We had an unfortunate character involved, and I used words like deliberate and evil. Those are important. He was disguised as a construction worker. This isn't some easy to catch situation. I don't want to give him credit for anything, but just figure that out. This guy was sophisticated, and unfortunately, once we took over the occupancy in November, soon afterwards, the staff behind me and others were able to identify him, or we would be in a really different situation.
Can you put a price tag on these repairs, the labor costs, the emotional toll of any of this?
Yes, so we're at $2 million so far. That number will increase significantly as we go forward. This is not anything this isn't a spray painted vandalism.
Any other new equipment or tools that will be installed now? Can you be more specific with those?
I don't see anything being installed. We are going to need new equipment to do some searching with us, going through the building to ensure that we've got everything out that we're concerned about. Let's just leave it like that. We've got some work to do that's not visual to the eye. So there's equipment needed in that direction, but I don't see us needing it for the long term of the facility. It's a secure facility once we get his actions out of here.
Sheriff, do you have any concerns that there was help on the inside, that there was someone within your own department that may have been assisting him in this?
I don't believe that at all for two reasons. One of the main reason is that we weren't here till November. Let me be real clear. He was here long before we took office or took over this building, long before, many, many months. And so that work was going on before the sheriff's office ever arrived here. Anybody else? Okay, thank you very much.